Tell you something else. There's a lot to be said for making people laugh. Did you know that's all some people have? It isn't much, but it's better than nothing in this cockeyed caravan.
Hey, happy Easter, happy chocolate day, happy ham day, whatever day this is to you. And this podcast, anybody can do. You talk about your bored week, you do a couple bad jokes, and there you go. Talk about the week. Start with Monday. I did my open mic over at Wheaties for the first time in 2 months. Back in February, Ed Bassmaster from YouTube was there. It was packed. And then last month, I don't know what happened. Miscommunication. So there was a bunch of open mics on Monday. There was like 7, not to make excuses. I had 5 comedians and 1 audience member, which is about 3 more comedians than I thought. I didn't think anybody was going to show up. I said, man, there are so many open mics. So it was a good time, but, the show ended at like 9 o'clock. I try to stretch it out as long as I can, and everybody seemed to have a good time, but I always say if I could have had a couple more comedians and couple more audience members, it would have been a fun show, but then again, I say that every time, so it was nice to be back at my open mic, but man, oh man, what a low turnout, folks. You can't always win. The fact, I'm surprised this thing's still going on. So then, Wednesday, I went to this comedy open mic. Oh yeah, I want to say that the only good thing that came from the open mic was I put up some YouTube shorts. I put up 3 of them. I put 1 on the main channel, and I put 2 on the Josh Jack Network channel, and I think this is the first time I put up 3 shorts in a week, and all 3 of them got over 1,000 views. So that's pretty cool. I didn't get no subscribers, or not much comments, but it's pretty cool that at least 1,000 people watched it, because there was nobody there. And then I tried to do a prank call show this week. When I say I tried, I didn't try. I was going to call some businesses and play around, do some Easter stuff, but I got lazy. I haven't been getting much sleep the last few days, so I can't promise, but without writing numbers down from Craigslist, there is no show, so I might have to write numbers down next week. I can't promise, but I'm going to try. So Wednesday night, I went to this new open mic in Bristol. This comedian, Colby Green, he's a guy who's been around for a long time in the Philadelphia area. He started his own mic. I went with the Cookie. He had 5 comics. Me, the Cookie, this new female comedian. I never seen her before. She was from Harrisburg, and John Kenzel, and Cynthia were there. I talk about them. They're like people we sit with at the open mics, other comedians, and it was there was some people at the bar. Everybody had laughs and got a good set. I didn't, because I tried out 2 new rape jokes from my open mic, and I lost the crowd early. Then this woman was in the audience. She was making a disgusted face at me, and I said, "Oh, miss, you're disgusted by this?" And she walked out of my set, and then after the show, she approached me and said, you called me out and you made me feel bad. And I said, well, I didn't mean to do that, but you were making a, disgusted face at me. And she said, yeah, well, blah, blah. So she said, well, I'm just giving you feedback. Don't do that next time. And I went to say, go fuck yourself, cunt, but I didn't say that. So anyways, it was a new room. It was cool to go do somewhere new. It was in a basement of this Irish bar. I don't know if I'm going to be there next Wednesday. But definitely could check it out one more time or so. I wouldn't mind going back. Willie Fritz was there. MGTOW Willie Fritz. I haven't seen him in a while. And Mike the bartender from the old cabaret. So it was cool to see them. And then Friday night, I went to the Doylestown Comedy Cabaret with the Cookie for her birthday. She was doing a comedy contest for new comics. We had dinner with her friends and family downstairs. I did that last year for her first show. I sat next to this pun guy. I think his name was Paul the pun guy, and him and I were shooting puns at each other. Every time I told him a pun for one of my jokes, he would make a face at me, kind of like, that's not good enough. And then he was shooting me. Some of his puns actually were good, and then he told one of the puns at the dinner, and nobody laughed at it. He kind of bombed, and I wanted to laugh at him, but I felt bad. But anyways, the Cookie, there was 10 comics. She ended up winning, long story short. Everybody did good except for maybe 2 people that they didn't bomb, but they had decent sets. There were some new comics. That's what it was called, the New Comics Contest. So she won on her birthday. She got $100, and I think she probably gets some spots at the club. Possibly, it's not guaranteed, to open for some comics. And we all know she won because of me. Why? Because I make everything about me, and I'm her good luck charm. And even though she's learned nothing from me, she won because of me, folks. That's right. That's what I'm going to say. So that was pretty cool. I never went with somebody who won a comedy contest before. Congrats, fun stuff. And then that's pretty much it. I went to the gym twice. I got on stage twice this week. And as far as what's on the channel next week, like I said, a possible prank call show. I really want to do one. I haven't done one in a few weeks. I did 3 last month. And I don't know. That's pretty much it. As far as open mics, I don't know where else to go. I don't know where else to go. But we're going to get to your least favorite segment. We're going to bust out some bad jokes and puns. And we're going to get to the odd news. This far, I don't know if you guys heard that or not. A man who didn't want to look after his girlfriend's pets sent a bomb threat to the cruise ship she was booked on. I don't know, this guy sounds like he has an explosive personality. Eggs are so expensive that some Americans are decorating potatoes this year. Yeah, I like to call those people potato brains. New York City woman dies after unlicensed surgeon tried to remove her butt implants. That guy sounds like a real ass. That's the obvious joke. Yeah, some girls did die going underneath the gas for the butt cheek implants. That happens. Controversial DeSantis-linked charity Zoom meeting hijacked by porn and Nazis. If you guys want to give a signal, I was going to go over some. Quicksand swallows a man at Michigan Beach near Harbor. And, yeah, looks like this guy's stuck in a real load. Virginia state flag banned in Texas district over exposed breasts. Yeah, this had nothing to do with Janet Jackson. Exposed breasts, wait a minute. This story sounds like the real tits. Two bad ones. Wisconsin governor can lock in 400-year-old school funding increase using a veto. Okay. Silicon Valley crosswalk buttons apparently hacked Elon Musk. New pornographer's drummer arrested in Southern California for possession of child sexual abuse material. I wanted to do a bit at one of the open mics about child porn and stuff, but I didn't do it. Not to say I'm pro child porn. It was a joke about how world's first sperm race to be held in Los Angeles, and they're off to the races. Hey, does a black sperm swim slower than the other sperms? I don't know. New York City Mayor Eric Adams told reporters his shirt was an ode to the victims of the Dominican Republic roof collapse. I want to dedicate this podcast to my father, who's a roofer. So, Dad, if you're up there. Hacked Seattle crosswalks play fake Jeff Bezos messages about wealth tax. Central Florida woman arrested after selling human bones in a store. She sounds like a real bonehead. Hey, she's selling human bones. Yeah, I guess now they're going to fracture her criminal record. That's alright, that wasn't bad. Sex toys cause fire engulfing multiple Staten Island homes. Speedy Gonzalez accused of $20,000 Walmart shoplifting spree. So this guy was like supermarket sweets. He went inside the store really fast and stole $20,000 worth from Walmart. Nursing center resident sells meth to older residents. Belgian teens arrested with 5,000 smuggling ants as Kenya warns of changing trafficking trends. The central Dutch city of Utrecht has installed a fish doorbell that lets viewers of an online live stream help fish in their springtime swim to shallow spawning grounds. I thought I had you guys hooked in with that story, but I guess California traffic lights hacked to play ironic audio clips of Musk and Zuckerberg. Teenager was run over by his friend's car while playing Nerf Wars. Yeah, he was run over by his friend's car while playing Nerf. I guess he had the wrong target. I don't know. Ligma could recommend a second medical condition thanks to one man's rare disease. Canadian political leaders want to reschedule debate because of a hockey game. Yeah, I guess they got all pucked out. Giant rodents. They were nice with that one. There, that's a little bit better. Giant rodents cuddle with visitors at a Capybara Cafe in Florida. They're cuddling with the visitors. Yeah, I guess they're all snug. Look, you do a podcast and you do jokes off the top of the fly, and we'll see how good yours are. Kenyan court tries Belgian teens on ant smuggling. Yes, ant smuggling. I guess I guess that they had a farm, but they couldn't get them, something like that, some other farm. Connecticut firefighters rescue dog was stranded on a roof. Dog, if you're up there? That's a callback to the Easter Bunny isn't here. He called a plane. Gwyneth Paltrow's endorsed her own ketchup line. Whatever, didn't she put out that perfume about her cunt? Was that the same lady? Touching message behind football's cheeky new look. It's got something on their butt. Some sort of logo. Is there anything else? I will try one more news site. And then we're, looks like this show's definitely going to end early, which is, I think, is a good thing, because the average person listens to this, if I'm lucky, for anywhere between 30 seconds to 4 minutes, and that's pulled this out of my time. Okay, so this is the website where people post stuff. I don't like that. I was hoping another website where let's try one more. This could be it. Anti-duck town shoots down plan for a giant duck statue. Yeah, they sound like a bunch of quacks. That's the obvious joke. Man sick sinks in Swinsand. An emergency. Okay, I think I read that already. That's the guy who got swallowed by the burning sex toys cause a 3-alarm Staten Island fire with damage in homes. Yeah, I guess they had a dildo, but it turned into a butt plug. That doesn't make sense. Belgian teens are okay. New Mexico high school baseball player was charged. Team suspended amid allegations. Teen urinated in opponent's water jug. Yeah, he got his opponents all pissed off. That's the stupid obvious joke. I don't think there's anything else really else going on, unfortunately. Woman called AAA doing a standoff to fix a tire. Okay, I read that last week, I remember. Well, folks, that is it. The show's going to end about 3 minutes early, but I think that's a good thing. Once again, I'll see you folks on the next one you just listened to, and we're out of here. Go freak yourself, Cuffy.